We're driven by a desire to revolutionize life on board. We want to harness change by sparking debate and challenging the norm.
To stay connected in the world that we are now, we need a sustainable alternative.
You're looking at floating apartment complexes.
It's fully autonomous, it's 3D printed, and it's electric.
We offer a platform for the open sharing of the knowledge that matters. This is Rethink's Night Out.
The world has been anchoring the same way for centuries. Basically, you take something really, really heavy, you throw it overboard, and you hope it holds your vessel in place. Now, thankfully, anchors have evolved over the years, but the practice of anchoring has remained largely the same. Why is that a problem? There are 35 million vessels on the water today. 2 million of those anchor regularly, and 1/3 of a superyacht's time is spent at anchor, and it's usually along the coastline where people live and ecosystems thrive. So there are always a lot of vessels at anchor at any point in time. A dragging anchor causes collisions, groundings, and oil spills. 1/3 of the damage to subsea cables and pipelines is because of a dragging anchor. And not only this, a dragging anchor wreaks havoc on the seabed. Seabeds such as, and ecosystems such as seagrass, the lungs of the ocean, storing 10 times more CO2 than forests, and it's home to 400 plant and 1,000 animal species, and it is being threatened by a dragging anchor. Take on, additionally, the unpredictable weather conditions where even the most carefully laid anchor may drag. You have more congestion on the water, and for all of you who have sailed in the Med, you know all about the ever-increasing anchor regulations. So anchoring is just becoming more complex, but it still relies very much on the captain's expertise and experience with very little for the anchor end. And at the end of the day, we all just want to have a good night's sleep without having to worry about what the anchor may or may not be doing. So let's talk solutions. There's a GPS anchor alarm, but that monitors the vessel and not the anchor. There are the standard anchoring practices. There are the moorings, but there are not enough of those to go around. And then there's us. We are a Swiss startup which has developed Anchor Guardian. It is an anchor monitoring solution, and it is for any vessel with an anchor. In a nutshell, Anchor Guardian provides the captain and the crew with a wealth of information around their anchor when anchoring. We like to say it's the ears and the eyes of the captain down at the anchor. We provide information such as anchor alarms, force at anchor, how the anchor is lying on the seabed, if it's moving, how it's moving, and more, all on a user interface in real time with sub-meter accuracy. So you might be thinking, why hasn't someone come up with this before? Well, it takes a lot of vision and imagination. Then you have to find the right people to bring it together. Then you have to find the cash to get it off the ground. And this year, we were able to launch Anchor Guardian. It's been a 10-year journey. For captains, safety is the holy grail. It's the #1 focus, and we are all about bringing safety to anchoring. So we are fulfilling a need, but it takes time to move the bar in an industry focused on a centuries-old practice. So here are my 4 takes on why we need patience when moving forward. We are creating a new market. There's no benchmark, there's no one doing what we do. We are setting the standard for safe anchoring. And that takes trust, and trust takes time. It takes pioneers and thought leaders and early adopters to help build that trust. It takes courage to be the first to adopt new technology. Not everyone is willing to be the guinea pig, but they are out there, and together we are shining a light on anchoring. If you are looking for figures, for numbers around anchoring and the impact of a dragging anchor, it is super hard to find data. One study says that 3 to 4% of superyachts run ground or collide every year. And the insurance claims around those incidents are based on mechanical error or wind or fire, but rarely a dragging anchor. And the fourth reason, the really big one, is that we've been anchoring like this for centuries. It works. Why change? Because innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity and not a threat. We have spoken to over 400 plus captains, and they all have an anchor dragging story. It's just some are more willing to reveal them than others. They take place day or night. Some end up being more expensive, more dramatic. Fact of the matter is, it is physically impossible that an anchor will always hold. One very common story we get is that the anchor just dragged. We were in a beautiful bay, it was no wind, there was nothing out of the ordinary, and the anchor just dragged. And we only realized it when we were in motion. Another story, not so common, was of a captain who was entertaining a female guest on the bridge, and in the heat of the moment, they bumped the throttle and the boat lurched and it ripped the anchor out of its holding and they landed on the sandbar. No injuries, definitely damaged ego. I don't know how they explain that one to the insurance company. When GPS took over navigation, people said, yeah, but why? We don't really need it. We've got paper maps. When Airbnb revamped the hospitality market, we have hotels. And when the iPhone came out, no one was looking for an all-in-one device. Find someone today without a smartphone on them. It is time to take a fresh look at anchoring and the impact of a dragging anchor. Not so much to change the practices, but most definitely to move them into the 21st century. It's time to bring more safety to anchoring for sailor, ship, and sea. It is time to anchor down on anchoring. Thank you very much.